Hey guys, how you doing? Today I am going to show you how to modify the grip on your third generation Glock 19. First, you start with the issue that I had, maybe for different reasons, but the issue that I had nonetheless. The finger grooves. The finger grooves down on the front of the grip underneath the trigger guard were, for lack of better terms, pissing me off. Because I couldn't just, draw my sidearm. I would have to, and before I keep going any farther, this gun is unloaded. It is not loaded. On Glocks, when it is cocked, the trigger will move up to here. It is still back here, so it is, I promise you this, not loaded. I've only got one hand to show you this with, because I'm holding the camera with the other, but it is not loaded for you, safety Nazis. Anyway, yeah, I couldn't just take my Glock and draw it from my holster and be comfortable. I couldn't just be comfortable with the grip. So, I come down to the conclusion that it was because of the finger grooves that are no longer there. Which, if you're having this issue, it's a very easy process to do. All you do is you take a file, or a rasp, or whatever, and if you can find one with the edge that looks like a cheese grater, use it. And what you use that for is you use it to shape and file down the existing finger grooves. Then you switch to a what is technically considered a coarse, but it's considerably finer, as you can tell, than the first. Okay, and that's what you're going to use for your shaping. Once you get them down to where you want them, you use that to shape it and round them off, or whatever shape you want. I wanted them raised up a little bit, but rounded. So that's what we've got. And then you take, you can use whatever grit you want, but I took 220 grit sandpaper and folded it in half, folded about a 3-inch section in half like that, which fits down into the grip of a Glock 19 quite well. Oops, as you can see. Anyway, then you just sand it down, get it good and smooth, and if you want to get it a little bit rougher, for better grip or whatever you need, then by all means, use whatever sandpaper you want. But I wanted it about the same as the original frame texture. And that's pretty close to what I got. I'm still going to take a very fine fingernail file or something to that effect, and maybe just smooth it out and see if I can get it back to the original color, but that's to be determined later. Now, where Glock frames are in fact made of polymer, a very high strength, high density polymer, but polymer nonetheless, you are going to encounter, let's see, where'd that pen go, right in here, oops, take that back, in here, if you can see it or not, but anyway, you're going to come across burrs on the end of the jimping, I guess you'd call it. You're going to have burrs on the end of that, on the edge of it, because if you're filing down or sanding down polymer, it happens. So, what you do to fix that, if you take one of these trapezoid utility knife blades, razor blade, whatever you want to call it, and then very carefully just etch out, refollow the lines and cut that excess material, or now excess material I should say, off, then that'll get rid of it. However, something somebody had brought up to me is that, you can't file down too far because you'll go right into the magazine well. Bullshit. Because, and as I said, I'm not sure if you can see or not, but in the magazine well of a Glock 19, or the dusty Glock 19, but those finger grooves are not incorporated into the grip itself. They are purely external. So by doing this, you are in no way whatsoever compromising the structural integrity of the grip or the material that it's made of. This is, as I said, a personal preference. This is something that I wanted to do. If you think you would want to do this to your Glock, it doesn't have to be a 19. It can be any Glock model. They're not all going to have two. They might have three. Some have one. Etc. etc. But regardless, the Glock 19 had. This one had. The rest of them have those finger grooves that, in my opinion, had to go. So they did. And as I said, it makes the gun a lot more comfortable and a lot more easier to control. And that's the big word of the day with this project, control. You feel like you have better control and accuracy and handling capabilities over the gun. But as I said, we'll recap the stuff we're going to need. We're going to need a very coarse, almost like cheese grater file, flat side, not the round side. There's a cheese grater end, and I'm sure there's a technical name for that, but I don't right off the hand know it. You're going to need the secondary, which is the finer of the two, which would be a regular coarse one. I used 120 grit sandpaper. You can use whatever you want. And a trapezoid razor blade. And with those three tools, if you don't have a combination file, then 4 tools, but it's whatever. They'll both work. You get a, in my opinion, highly improved, very simple modification to what I'm sure is one of the better 9mm handguns on the market. So yeah, I hope you found this video useful, and if you want more gun videos, you want more knife videos, drop me a message or something, and I will do what I can to help you out. Alright, thanks guys. Bye.